everybody has their baggage and everybody has their demon. So you might as well deal with your own demon and everything will work out fine. If you're not in control of your emotions will be in control of you.
Welcome to another episode of Emotions Omenesa here. This is a show where I enlighten you and I encourage you and I remind you that you have to be in control of your emotions, because if you're not in control of your emotions will be in control of you. So thank you once again for tuning in to another episode of Emotions. Today my topic is on adult schooling. And you may ask yourself, okay, so what does schooling have to do with emotions? It has a lot to do with emotions, because there is a certain level that you would reach in your life, and you will just know that there are people at a higher level. So you're sitting down there in your corner and you're thinking that you have arrived, and then you go into some circles, you walk into some circles, you walk into some places, and you find out that whoa, I really don't speak English as good as I thought I do. You know, where did that arrow come from? Like, an arrow just like comes out of your mouth, and talking about, you will go to some circles and figure that out. You will not even have the opportunity of going into some circles simply because of that education barrier. But my guest is going to give you tips on and encourage you to go back to school and how to survive being in school as an adult. Stay tuned.
I am Elizabeth Abad. I am here to talk about facts. There is so much misinformation and distortion out there, especially on the social media. All it takes is just a click and the fake news goes viral. However, here in NTA, we deal with facts.
My job is to go out there and comb for factual news and information just the way it is, all in the interest of the nation. I'm Naja Atutijani.
Here on the NTA, we present only the facts, verified. Beware of fake news, don't be a victim. Stay tuned to the NTA.
Especially at this time of the coronavirus pandemic.
My name is Nnamdi Ojipo.
My brother, my sister, papa, mama, and pikin. Corona, no big pass us. We go fight time, we go win. As long as we remember to always do the right thing. Wash your hands, love each other, we go win. Oh. Corona, na the virus, we dey worry human being. E no get Lego, but e dey waka from person to person. But we fit beat time, we fit stop am if we maintain good hygiene and practice social distancing. We go win. Oh.
Welcome back from that short break. I am here with my guest, Pastor Godwin Abba. Thank you so much for being here, sir.
Thank you for having me on board.
And today our topic is on adult schooling. And, I was telling you the other day that I am in awe. I am in awe that with everything that you have, you decided to go back to school. And so, there are two things that I want, two factors that I actually want us to concentrate on today. One is the factor of actually going back to school, and the factor of being so affluential, either financially or in
influential.
Yes. Being a pastor, in your case, and we have a lot of people who are businessmen and all of that, and they don't go back to school, So obviously there's something about education, and some people may ask, what does this have to do with emotions? It has a lot to do with it, because there's this
complex. Yes.
That's the word. There's a complex. So no matter how much you acquire, you would know when you step into a room, you would know, come and be like, say, like I'm not on the same level. So what inspired you to go back to school? Because it's awesome. It's awesome.
There are multiple things that inspired me to go back to school. Number one was the necessity to connect with the society. We don't live in isolation. We live with people. And because of my kind of calling, I meet with different kind of people. We meet with the politicians, we meet with even the technocrats, we meet with educationists, we meet with people in different sectors of life. And these people are people you've got to communicate with them. We're not talking about talking. Talking is you sounding something. Communication is you connecting with people. So if you can't connect at their level, it becomes a disadvantage on your own part. So because of my calling and my office, it becomes very, very necessary to go back to school. And it can never be too late to be a learned person.
So may I ask,
yes, please.
Where did you start from?
In terms of ministry or
No.
academic?
Yeah.
Okay, this is how it is. I rounded up my secondary school about 1995, and I was called into ministry in 1993. So while in ministry, I was still in secondary school. Because of the burden of the work, I couldn't go further. Then I wanted to study law in school.
Oh,
yes.
You would have been a good lawyer.
I wanted to study law, but the responsibility of the ministry then became so much on me. I was in a church where the pastor went to be with the Lord, and the responsibility of ministry came upon me. So the time to going back to school wasn't there. So, okay, next time I'm going to get it done. Next time I'm going to get it done. Let me establish the work first. Let me balance things about the ministry first. And that was how the procrastination got to a point where it was becoming a bit late. So all I did was to go through the Bible school. I had a diploma there, then had a degree in leadership and also theology. But these are all about ministry. Now that secular education wasn't there. So I used this to run ministry for a long time until about 2008, 2009. I said it is necessary I go get something from the secular side of education. And that took me back to school. And while doing that, the work we're doing right now is quite a big work as per ministry. The schedules are quite tight. But I told myself, whether you like it or not, if you don't go now, you may still go in the future. But then, how are you going to cope if you think you're too busy now? You'll be busier in future. So I had to put myself together and pull myself off one or two engagements, added this to whatever I was doing, and that was how I got back to school. And now I'll be done with my HND any moment.
Wow. You literally started from...
Yes,
awesome.
I started from the basics. From the basic.
From the basics.
Yes, I started from the base. I started from my ND1. And then, not even my ND, my pre-ND, then from there into my ND, then from there into the HND program, and that is what I'm about rounding up right now. And also outside this, I love studying a lot. I love reading a lot. I remember some years ago, somebody told me you could be a professor outside the four walls of a classroom. That should be as far back as 1997. The only difference between you and the other professor is going to be certificates. Same information, but the other professor is a certified professor, while you are, let's say, a literate professor, a knowledgeable professor.
Yes.
That is just the difference. So that really, really challenged me to say, no matter what it is, you just got to go back to school, get certified, not because of any other thing. So there are other professional courses I've also embarked on leadership, on coaching, on speaking, and the rest of. I'm a member of the John Maxwell leadership team, by the mercies of God.
Okay.
Yes, of course I am certified, and also a marriage counselor, certified as well, and some other professional courses I've embarked on. But this one called school.
This is degree gone.
Are you understanding right now? It is very, very necessary.
It's important.
Not because of any other thing. We're in a world where people talk. You hear this person say, I'm a medical doctor. This one say, I'm a lawyer. This one say, I'm an engineer, I'm an architect. It's not for competition. But there is a confidence it builds into you that when you're talking, you talk with somebody who's coming.
Respect.
Are you understanding me right now? So that is just it.
Awesome. Now, what are the challenges that you have faced? Because I am in school and And it's so hard going back to school as an adult.
As an adult, yes.
Your
Yes.
attention span is like basically zero because you have so much responsibility. Other responsibilities, your
Yes.
children, your wife, your church,
ministry,
your business,
other things.
all of that.
Yes.
How have you been able to manage it, to prioritize?
Yes, the word priority is what I put into work. What I do is my day starts as early as 3 a.m. I program everything I need to get done. Then the place for study also comes in. That is, study means I get my handout, I need to read through, and I get that done. Sometimes the schedules may be very, very tight. That you may not have time to say, okay, let me visit my schedule for that particular day. But you need to understand that school is part of your life. God comes in first, family comes in second, ministry, business, then your academic. So you put that into consideration and see to how you can give it the best of attention. Now, as a pastor, I'm a role model, not only from the pulpit, but also in the classroom. So that forces me to really, that forces me to really, really study. You can't do any other thing. There is no shortcut. There is nothing. You just have to face it, get out your studies, get out your knowledge, get out everything. Exam is set. You write what you need to write and make sure you get the best of result out of your exams.
Are you the oldest person in your class?
Oldest person? No. I remember when I got back to school, I thought I was the oldest person actually, because I was thinking of seeing people who are of my younger brother's age or younger sister's age, and I went there, saw men that are gray-headed, women that are elderly, and I was shocked. I said, boy, you mean there are older people than this in school here? And I became more encouraged. And that is to let us know that no time can be too old for you to go back to school. No time. It can never be too late. Let's assume you are 55. If you're 55 and you're feeling too old to go back to school, it will shock you that you're going to get to 60. Now, if you get to 60 without an education, it's not still an achievement or a plus to your life. If you go back to school at 55 and you have to run a 4-year program, before you are 60, you're already a graduate. Let's just put it, okay, 5 years. You're already a graduate. Now, it's better to be a graduate at 60 than to be an illiterate at 60. That is to let you know that no time can be too late for you to go back to school. Even if you're 60, you believe God that you're going to live up to 65, up to 70, up to 80 years. It can never still be too late for you to go back to school. When you enroll and you get an admission, you enroll, you begin school at the age of 60. By 64, 65, you're a graduate. So if you get to 65, you are a graduate at 65, or a 65-year-old person that is a graduate. It's better than somebody who is 30 and is not gone back to school. It's better than somebody who is 40, 45 and is not gone back to school. At 60, 65, 70, you are a graduate. No time can be too late. It is not the time that matters. It is the willingness, the commitment to education. Make up your mind to be a literate. Be educated. It's very, very important.
Amazing. Amazing. Now, have you noticed any changes in yourself since you started to go back to school?
So much changes. Long before now, many people thought I'd been done with school. That's the clear truth. I don't know whether it's because of my communication or my connection with people, but within me,
well,
there
just
is
your
this
status.
Okay, good. But within me, I knew something was missing. Now, that vacuum has been filled. The vacuum has been filled. And what has that created? It has created confidence, which leads to competence. And yes, and every other thing. Number 2, it has also helped in building a stronger circle of influence and also friendship. I have great circle of friends before now, great circle of friends, but it's expanding even more. Now with those from the educational sector and different aspects of life, connecting with them is become stronger. I remember I was talking with someone who is a professor, and we're talking, and by the end of the day, he learned I was going back to school. He said, but you don't sound like somebody who hasn't been there. But me talking with the professor, my confidence level, communication level, connection level
was aligned.
Are you understanding me right now? So what it does to your life, one was is that it strengthens your confidence. Two, it exposes you to greater opportunities, because it's one thing for you to be able to speak spoken English. It's another thing for you to have a certificate to present. People are not just going to be carried away by what you're saying. They will ask for documents. Okay, please, can we see your papers? And so now there is document to present. So the interaction, the confidence, the operation, the communication, the connection, everything there is a plus.
Wow. Now, do you have a support group? Like, do you have people who support you on this, or is it just you on this venture? Like, or what does your wife feel about it, and your church members? And
my wife is excited about it. You know, at first I was a bit shy letting my church members know. But you know, as pastors, we pastor different categories of people. We pastor the learned, the educated. We pastor those who are yet to be educated. I don't want to use the word illiterate, who are yet to be educated. And so I made them to understand from the pulpit, guys, I'm going to write exams. And some wonder, okay, is it your master's or PhD? What program are you doing right now? Then I would just smile. Because from the onset, they thought, okay, a pastor maybe should have been done or had been done with school by now. But I made them to understand that I'm still going through my HND. And I said that deliberately and openly, so that those who feel they are too old to go back to school will get challenged. I say, if my pastor with his busy schedules, with his level of influence and affluence, could still go back to school, then what am I doing here? Because some people feel, okay, it's enough to have money and don't go to school. It is not enough. A time is going to come with the whole money you have, you'll still be embarrassed or disgraced. Money is good, but back it up with understanding.
Oh, that is
back
a
it
good
up with
point.
knowledge.
That is
very,
a
very
good
important.
point.
Sure.
A time will come where even with all the money you
with
have,
all the money, you're going to understand that something, there is a massive vacuum within you. You know there is a massive vacuum. You have the money, but yet you're hiding. You have the money, you'll not be able to connect or interact. You have the money, you're scared of wanting to go out to the public. When they give you opportunity to speak, you'll be there blabbing, you will turn it down, and the money is there. But you see, the authority is not there. The money is there, but the literacy is not there.
and you need authority to actualize your
vision,
calling in life.
exactly.
And your vision.
You need it. You see, there's a difference between exposure and education. There's a massive difference between the two. And there is also a difference between information and education. You may have information, but you're not educated.
Yeah.
You may have exposure, but you're not educated. We're not talking about education by traveling or by meeting with people.
Or
We're
by
talking
reading a
about
book.
exactly going through the four walls of the
Of a
classroom
school.
and then getting certified by the end of the day.
So this tells me that you do know to sleep more now. You know to take care of your health more now because you're older.
Yes, but you see, it's a goal that needs to be achieved. So what you just need to do.
So regardless, you just push and do it.
You just push it. You can't excuse for anything. Get it done. Wake up at night, study.
One last question.
Yes,
What
please.
is your highest desire to reach in terms of education? A PhD or?
Yes, of course. If not even, if there is something beyond that, I'm still going to attain it.
Awesome.
I remember talking to our leaders. I told them, I said, you guys are aware that I'm in school, but I'm not going to stop here. I'm going to read, number one, on different disciplines. Number two, I'll make sure I get to my PhD level.
Awesome.
Yes, as long as
Awesome.
there is still life by the mercies of God.
And I'm sure that this has also helped your children as well.
Yeah, can I say something here?
Yes.
You know what it means for your child to bring a homework to you and you're
you
not
don't
able
know
to solve
how
it?
to solve it.
Yes.
Wow.
Or one day after trashing your child or scolding your child, you're not performing well in school, what is wrong with you? And then your child grew up to find out that you
never
didn't go to
even-
school.
It's so hypocritical.
And he will look and say, Daddy, you mean all this while you've been flogging me, you didn't go to school? So right now we do homework together with
Awesome.
excitement and joy and love, the bond, the connection, the confidence of talking to your children and letting them know how they should kind of choose their career course or their future career, and the rest is there. You could talk with them right now with sense of understanding. I remember there are times my kids will be speaking. My children are writing exam, I'm writing exams. I said, you see, all of us were schooling right now.
Yes.
You see,
And you actually, and I think now, like, you will be able to understand the load too on them.
on them,
On
yes. The
On them,
workload
and not
on
pushing them
You
like
don't-
so
you don't- you don't-
hard.
You don't just have to push them. Just teach them how to fill each day with the achievement of knowledge. So study. Don't wait for exam time before reading.
Okay.
Prepare your reading program.
Yes.
Yes. And another thing I teach them is also the note making. Now, there are two things here. There is the note taking and the note making. The note taking is what you do in the classroom. As the lecturer or the tutor is teaching you writing. The note making is the one you do in your personal study. It's a strong secret to passing exams. The way you do that is you get your handout or get your notebook, you're reading. From what you're reading, you are asking yourself questions. You're setting exams for yourself. So you will ask yourself, okay, what is this?
Wow.
Define this. What are the principles? What are the factors that affect this? You are
Wow.
asking yourself, you're answering yourself. When you're done with that, that becomes what you begin to study and begin to read. As you get into the exam hall, it becomes a walkover.
Awesome.
Because already you set exams for yourself and answer the questions.
Awesome tips. Awesome tips. Now, to wrap it up,
Yes, please.
very quickly, what about the people who complain about tuition, school fees, money? I don't have any money to go to school.
It's not an excuse.
Okay.
It's not an excuse. Before I got my diploma in the biblical, in theology, before I got it, I had to go pack cement. I went to Ashaka Cement in Jos for 1 month, and I walked carrying bag of cement on my head to raise tuition fee. That was how I paid my money. I paid my tuition fee. There is no education that is cheap. Knowledge is not cheap. Pay the price. Don't say I don't have money.
Pay the price and it will pay you.
It will pay you later on. It's going to pay
will.
you more than what you paid in school. So there shouldn't be any excuse. Ask uncles to assist if they cannot, if there are no uncles or aunties to assist. Ask friends to assist if there are none. Go do part-time studies. Use your Monday to Thursday to work. Go. It may take you doing a bricklayer work. It may take you do a house cleaning work. It may take you, working in restaurant. It may take you doing a taxi or a driving work. But make sure you raise money to get yourself educated. The aftermath is going to pay you more than the money you think you don't have right now.
Wow.
Illiteracy is more expensive than literacy. Pay the price to get educated.
Well, thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank
That
you
was
for having
that
me.
was very, very insightful.
Thank you very much.
I am so inspired, especially the parts that you, the strategies that you gave about writing notes in class
Yes,
and then writing notes like to
not
yourself.
taking and not making.
Awesome, awesome.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Until next time, God bless you for watching. Bye-bye.
You will have to jump off a cliff just knowing that you will not crash. Let me tell you, everybody has their baggage and everybody has their demon. So you might as well deal with your own demon and everything will work out fine. If you're not in control of your emotions will be in control of you.